Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? All right. I'm fading her down. It's 11 o'clock on the dot. It's an Usher song. It's not 11 o'clock. He says 7 o'clock, but he says it's 7 o'clock on the dot. In the drop top, cruising the streets. But I'm not doing that. I'm on the computer looking at charts. I'm an idiot. Oh, God. Anyway, here's the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Nothing I do is. I'm just some idiot on the internet, as proof in the Strong Block chat. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just some idiot. Okay? Don't take my advice. Thank you. Now, what's up, everybody? If you haven't done so, please do us all a favor and go hit like, comment, subscribe, and share. Most often, hit like. The more people hit like, the cooler shit we can do. We give away stuff here. We're giving away a Strong node with an ETH wallet, with MetaMask, with $100 worth of ETH that generates about $7,500 a year for free. We're giving it away to one of you guys. And all you have to do is sign up on patreon.com/Carolina Keith. It's $8 to enter. You get 3 entries for $8. You get a chance to win a $7,500 Strong node that I will give to you. Okay? How do we do that? From donations. Every dollar that comes to this channel is donated. Unlike every other channel you see on the internet. Hold on, my chair's too high. There we go. Every other channel you see on the internet that just takes your money and gets your clicks and doesn't do anything with it. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. We give money away. And we're going to continue to do so. Regardless of whoever thinks we're not cool, regardless of whoever thinks we're wrong, I don't really care. Okay? So, who all's in here real quick? By the way, I'm Keith. This is Crypto After Dark. Everybody on the right over here with the blue words on their name, they're highlighted in blue. Well, those are the 786 Assassins. What are the 786 Assassins? 786 Assassins are members of that Patreon group on the level 3, which is $8. For $8, you get entered into that same group. Okay? We're all part of a family here. I don't do anything by myself. Everything goes through the Assassins first. We talk about it there before we talk about it here. And that's how we come up with charts that, more often than not, are correct. That's how we can find these price points in between what we're doing. Okay? Now, let's go into some of this stuff real quick. I want to break down the Strong chart. I want to break down the SRX chart. There ain't going to be a lot of a breakdown there. And I want to break down a couple other things a little bit at a time here so that we can understand what's going on, how we do what we do, and the answers that we come up with, okay? Real quick, who's in here first? What's up, Frank? Listen here, Mullet was not first for a change. Frank beat him. What's up, Mullet? Ron Poteet. No, Ron, you cannot start more than one node at a time. It's one at a time, over and over and over again. That sucks. I know. I'm sorry. What's up, Jeremy? Papa Nick, what's up? What's up, Bullish CEO? Good to see you, brother. The Node Master, Danny Carney. None of this would be possible without Danny Carney. Can't say enough about him. What's up, E. Phillips? Good to see you. J. Jen, should I take profit today on XLM? Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but we can look at the chart. How about that? I don't tell anybody what to do. I don't like being a boss. And I damn sure don't like to tell people what to do with their own money. But I can help you figure out what to do with your own without telling you how to do it. How about that? What's up, Darth? He said he's a little faded. That's all right. Ian Houston, good to see you. Grant Forrester, Isham, David Ngo, or David Nyo. I don't know how to say that exactly right, but I hope I said. I'm just going to say David. How about that? What's up, David R? Good to see you, Ken. Tony Ruiz, the other Node Master. Good to see you, bro. Roof Repair, Melbourne. We were just talking about Australia on the way home. Good to see you, brother. Glad you're here. It's all right if you missed some things. No big deal. DOG, what's up? John Tejada. Where is Thurman? There he is. Oh, Lord, he said, sub my OnlyFans for the spicy content before it's banned. How about that? OnlyFans shutting down porn. Bro, that's what kept your site going. Am I missing something? What's up, Lily1? She says, hail, Keith. What's up? Hail, Lily. Lou Alcindor, good to see you, brother. All right, so let's start with the Strong chart and kind of work around and see what we see here, okay? David Blingo, thank you, brother. I'm with it. Let's start from the very beginning, okay? From the very, very beginning. Now, I'm not going to argue supply and demand. Supply and demand is very simple. If you have a high supply, you have a low demand, which means a low price. And VCRs are a great example right now. VCRs don't sell, and there's still some of them out there. So somebody wants to pay $5 for it. Why would you do that? You have all you want to see on your phone right here, don't you? You don't need a VCR. You can do it all from your DVR, on your cable box, or your satellite, right? You know, you don't need that anymore. What's up, Ian? He says, going to throw it out there right now. Look at charts for the first time today. Check out algo, Keith. Damn, I'm all over it, bro. So supply and demand dictates the price. That's just the way the world works. If you don't understand that, PlayStation 5's at Christmas. Then go look at the price at Christmas and you'll understand what I'm talking about, okay? You'll be able to apply that simple logic in your head and figure it out. If we apply that to the charts, it gives us a signal of what's to come, okay? Our basic setup here, basic setup. It's a triple top with an extra failure. We're just looking at the chart. 1, 2, 3, and a failure to breach equals a wick-off distribution. And then another bottom attempt. You get up to 3 of these. What happened right here? Is this a third one I see over here? Oh, it is a third one. A third bottom. So you have one more try, a third bottom. Now you have a triple bottom. Can you see that there? That's a nice look. Anytime I see a triple bottom, I'm bullish on whatever that asset is. I don't care if it's Bitcoin. I don't care if it's CRV, the forbidden chart. I don't care. When I see a bullish chart, I'm going to call it out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Even that even includes, real quick, I'll say it one time. I get one mulligan, right? I get one mulligan. Dogecoin. If it's bullish, I'll call it. This is all there is to it. I see a triple bottom. And when I see a triple bottom, I'm going to buy that asset. And if it fails, fine. But the risk reward is worth it. Okay? You had a triple bottom on a chart. You had a basic wick-off distribution pattern. You had a triple top, a failure to break the distribution line. If it fails to distribute, then what happens? If it fails to break that distribution line, it distributes, it sells, and it's sold. And I understand what people are saying. Oh, well, this because of supply and demand, and they were going to burn tokens. Stop. Stop. For a moment, please assume that you may be wrong. Okay? Just assume for a moment that you may be wrong. And let's say that perhaps the chart shows us the time to buy and sell. If you're going to speak in absolutes, then you must always be correct. Okay? And you're not. You're not speaking in absolutes. You're speaking in I thinks. And that's not absolute. If you can show me the data on your absolute, I will listen to you. But if you can't, I can't argue with someone who doesn't have any data, okay? You can't just say something and then expect me to believe it. That's not the way it works. So, yes, they burned supply. And what happened? Did the chart immediately shoot back up to where it was? No, it didn't. It didn't. But it did stabilize. And what did that stabilization do? It made a triple bottom. And what did that triple bottom tell you to do? It told you to buy. When? Well, let's look and see. When was the initial daily buy on Strong? Mullet can help us out with this one. He'll tell you it's this one right here. The second candle over the 8 EMA. The 8 EMA is this neon green line here, right here you see. EMA stands for exponential moving average. It's just the average of 8 days put together on a line. And the exponential part gives it a little bit more favor to the opening and closings of the day, which happen at around 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay? A simple moving average is strictly the average of 8 days. An exponential moving average gives a little bit more weight to the opening and closing, okay? Which is what I care most about. The price action during the day is one thing, but that opening and closing is crucial. So that's the second one. That's a buy signal. You already had an 821 cross right here, which is your long signal. Long means buy. I have 2 confirmed buys right here. I'm damn sure not going to not be in this. I'm going to buy this. So not only did I have a triple bottom, not only did I have a triple bottom, 1, 2, and 3, but I got 2 buy signs after a triple bottom. We can argue until we're blue in the face, okay? Or we can take a step back and listen to what other people have to say, okay? There was zero news that made this happen. Zero news made this happen. If it's always the news that does it, then show me. Show me every news article for every day that the price dropped and raised on this, because that's your absolute. I need to know it. If it's not the case, then I need you to understand that your data is invalid, and understand that and embrace it, and maybe listen to some other opinion, okay? I don't want to be right about everything. I like it when people don't agree with me, because I want to learn too. And if there's something that I don't know, by God, I want to know it. I want to learn it. I want to absorb that information, and I want to use it, okay? I want to use it. But if the information you're giving me is not what you're saying it is, I've got to call a spade and tell you that, okay? So regardless, we had a buy line right here, second day. That is January 25th. Man, that would have been nice, wouldn't it? Hate I wasn't in there. Hate I didn't know about it then, because I would have bought some. Buy 1, we'll do 25, 21. I was still writing 2020 at that time, probably. So the next sell signal we had was all the way up here, which is coincidentally right about the same place we get a buy sign, okay? So we're going to put buy sell on this one. Buy sell. We're going to put that on the right so everybody can see it. There we go. Buy sell on the right. Our next buy line was 2 candles over the 8, which was, well, actually we had another one right here. Let's be 100% accurate here. That was March 27th. 3/27/21. All right. From there, we went all the way up to here before we had another sale. Over and over and over again, we've had buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Let's look at the weekly for a second. All the way back, 2 over the 8, same time. And from there, we haven't had a sell signal all the way until $104 on May 24th. That was our last sell signal. And then we were immediately followed up by a buy signal in June. Okay? This chart has been a weekly buy since June 7th. At what point did the news move the chart? Oh, it was the halvening news. It was in April. That's what it was. It was the halvening news. Well, it looks like it bounced right off the 21 in April. It bounced right off the 8 in April. April. Finally sold off on April 24th. Tried to get back into a buy, didn't make it. Failed. And if we dig a little deeper here and drop down to the 4-hour, we see some interesting stuff. And we just talked about a wick-off distribution pattern. Well, on a much, much smaller scale, you have the same thing, okay? Here's your distribution trying. It failed. And then you get a down, an up, and a down, and your price settles. Then you get another double bottom. That's a 4-hour. It's hard to read, and this is why I don't do a lot of 4-hour stuff. Typically do it on the daily and higher. Because of this, it gets more complicated to read, and more people want to argue and say, well, how can you say that? That's why I do the daily, okay? Either way, you had the same pattern show up again, except this time it's on the 4-hour. You could have noticed that and played that, or you could just argue and say that Keith doesn't know what he's talking about and try to poke fun at him. And it's not just one person, even though that happened today. It's more than one person. People go in my DMs and try to talk shit to me. And when I say, hey, man, here's the evidence, would you like to see? Well, no, you can't possibly be right. I don't have time to look at this. This is stupid. Charts don't matter. I don't want to see it. I'm gonna buy one world currency. Okay. You understand that you don't speak clearly about things, and that it comes off as facetious. Okay. If I give you data and you like the data, good. If I give you data and you don't like the data, that's fine. But that doesn't mean I'm wrong. And if I am wrong, I'll be glad to say so. Now, where do we see strong going here? Well, you know me, I like to pull my fibs. So I'm going to pull a fib on the entire chart, the whole thing. Okay? And what am I looking at here? From this top to this bottom. And I pulled it way over here just so it's clear for everybody to be able to see, so it's not all jumbled up looking, all right? I like the chart to be clear, because one thing I noticed way back when I started streaming and doing these YouTube sessions was I could see it on the chart, but y'all couldn't. So I try to make everything a little bit more clear now, right? So we're over Sniper's Alley here. What is Sniper's Alley? Sniper's Alley is the 786 and 886 Fibonacci lines. That's Sniper's Alley. More often than not, the price gets hit here and stops. It happened right here. It happened right here. It happened right here. And it finally broke through, and now it's tested the top. For weeks and weeks, it tested the top. That's very good. All right? Very good. Our last confirmed buy was August 11th. It's August 19th right now. That's 8 days ago. Our last confirmed buy on Strong. You could even say it was August 10th, 9 days ago. You could argue one or the other. Either way, it's been a buy since then. Just today, Polygon announced that they'd be merging with Strong Block to make nodes. All right? And this is the reason for the massive pump in price, okay? Because news happened today. But the chart was already a buy. You should have already bought it. You should have already been in. Why weren't you in? The news had no bearing on whether you should have bought or sold. Buyers and sellers do that. Buyers and sellers are responsible for the chart. If you're asking me, is supply and demand playing a part in this? Absolutely. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that. What I am going to say is you should have already bought it. Why weren't you already in? Why weren't you? Well, you don't have an excuse, do you? Well, I was asleep. Don't even. So where do we see this going? All right, 328 is, you could argue what the all-time high is. Some say 314, some say 320. Okay, this chart says 328, and this is Uniswap. That's where the most liquidity is. That's what I'm going with. If I pull a fib on this, you've already got the big, this line here is the big all-time fib. Now you've got another fib set on this little small move right here. All right? I've only used Fibonacci retracement so far on this entire chart. It's all I've looked at. I see two intersecting lines here, the 1272 on that small move and the one line of the big one, which is where all-time high is, are right in close to each other. So I'm going to highlight that area because that looks like a price action area to me. You also have your normal take profit lines of 1618 and 1414. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's flip it to linear just to have a look. All right, if we go to linear, it looks slightly different. This is why I like to flip around the linear every once in a while for these small moves. The small moves are pretty accurate. The big move right here at 1, which is 328 still, is perfectly in line still with this 1272 at $333. Then you have $349 and $372. And if you look way up here, the 2 line at 414 is in line with 1272. Way up here. Pretty interesting. Some of these lines are intersecting. And that leads me to believe that you're going to see those prices sooner or later. I don't know exactly when. I'll be the first to tell you my timing is bad. But I do know when to buy and sell. Okay? If we're looking at this move here from a little bit farther back, from April down to May, the April to May move lines up with one of these same fib lines, 379. Remember a second ago I said 378? Well, looky there. They're right there near each other. 328, right there near the 1414. I think it temporarily stalls out near all-time high, okay? I think it's going to flirt with all-time high for a couple days here and kind of bounce around and tiddly-taddly around, okay? I think that's going to happen. I don't know that for sure. Again, I'll be the first to tell you I'm bad with timing, and that's where I'm usually wrong the most, is timing. I'm wrong just as much as the next guy. I don't know it all. I aim to know more, and you should too. So anyway, I see a nice bullish chart here. What are my price points? These are not hopium, so please don't call it that. 780, 1226, 2347. Is that not kind of scary? $2,300, $1,226, and $780. How can we come up with these numbers? It's supply and demand. Okay? The more projects that come on board to this program, the more coins are needed, the more coins that are having to be bought to make nodes with, the more that are put into the pool, the more rewards come out. That's supply and demand. The more I have to use, the more I need, and the more the demand goes up. If we don't have these programs coming on, well, the demand goes down, and I don't need as many tokens, and there aren't as many nodes made, and the supply is higher, so the price goes down. Okay? I'm all for that. When a low supply happens, like there's only so many strong tokens, and a high demand happens, the price goes up. This is going to happen with every single crypto. Okay? If we go to linear mode, we're going to get different prices here. When you see these big high time frames like this, all of a sudden the linear looks really weird. Okay? And we get 413, 458, 522. I'm down for these prices too. Remember a minute ago I said 414. Well, this one says 413. So I've got marked on the chart 414, 415, a nice round number 415. I think that price is going to get hit also. So I sent out a chart earlier that said 415 on it, and that was my next daily target. I think that price is going to get hit. We may fade back to the original all-time high of 328. We may not. Either way, this is a drastic increase on the price that was 250. It's all gravy. It's all gravy. It's all profits. So that's my breakdown of the strong chart. You should have already been in. If you don't understand that, you're either ignorant for not wanting to listen and thinking you know it all and you don't need to know, or you're lazy for not trying. Okay? And I don't mean to be a dick, but sometimes you have to put stuff out there for people and make it black and white for them to understand what you're trying to say. Okay? Let me look at the comments because I was talking a lot. Sorry. All right. Man, y'all are blowing shit up, bro. What's up, Cryptos11? Good to see you, my friend. Alvin, what's up? No, I have no opinions. I have facts and I have no emotions, bro. Hing Rakana. He says, why sell there? I think Mullet's explained it to you. The rules say buy 2 candle closes above the 8, sell 2 below the 8, right? Those are rules that make us money. I do the 21, which is the purple line. Lets it go a little farther and gives it a little bit more action. Mullet likes to play it a little bit closer to the chest, which is fine. Rough day, hey, what's up, Nomad? Yeah, he shared the 821 video right there. Very nice. That's the video that explains what I'm talking about, Hang Rakana. It's an easy trading model to learn, exactly. Well, some did not know and trying. Not best to chase, but still so early. I would totally agree. Christine. Taking profit sales are different than a sales signal. Can be, yes, Eric. Sometimes you just take some off the top. Sometimes you just put some money in your pocket, and there's nothing wrong with putting money in your pocket. That's an important thing to say. There's nothing wrong with taking profits. I want money in my pocket, and until the money hits your pocket, you ain't made nothing. You've made imaginary money on a computer screen. When it hits your wallet and you start spending it, I'm telling you what right now, I've already done it. It changes you, okay? Oh, you're stupid, dude. Darth with the fucking toilet and the plunger. Yeah, that right there, what Mullet just said. If you join before August 26th, you get in the lottery and you can win a strong note. What's up, Yvonne? Yeah, exactly what you just said. Yeah, so I'll just pull up that video real quick for you. We have a strong node giveaway coming up It is right here. I hate how it starts playing the video and it don't let you copy it on the home page. Right here is the giveaway video. I just posted it in the chat. Everyone should go sign up, try to make you some money. You can win a strong node. It's 100% yours. It'll be all the way totally wiped out of my hands. I don't own the private keys or nothing. It'll all be yours. Okay? There's our strong node talk. I've answered some questions. Let's move on to SRX. What is SRX? It's StoreX. It's nodes just like strong nodes, only you don't have to pay the maintenance fee. You buy the server on your own. Okay? StrongBlock takes care of that for you. They don't take care of that for you on SRX. You got to do it on your own. Okay? You got to put your big boy pants on and get at it. Nobody ever got wrecked taking profits. Mullet's always got the right thing to say. Isn't it interesting how people who try to teach you have the right thing to say a lot of times? Isn't that interesting when people come on the internet, on YouTube, and try to teach TA, and you feel like, God, he always knows what he's talking about. Well, I don't. But it starts to kind of hint on you that maybe I have a point after a while. Okay? Maybe. I learned from people who taught me. Okay? And I'm trying to teach you. Put it that way. Okay? I made hard lessons. I screwed up all the time. Okay? Had to learn those lessons. Had to take those hits on the chin to get better at what I'm doing today. I don't like to flex about how much money I have. I don't think that's cool at all. Nobody likes that shit. Okay? I'll just tell you I'm doing really well. Okay? I'm wearing the nicest shirt I have tonight. This is it. This is the collared shirt with a Tar Heel signal on it. I got nothing any nicer than this. So it's not about the kind of clothes you got. It's about the kind of life you live. And I'm telling you, I'm getting there. Okay? I'm getting there. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. So let's move on to SRX. SRX is file storage decentralized. Think of Google Cloud, only decentralized. Okay? If we're looking at a daily chart, sorry to break it to you, everybody, but there is no sales anywhere on this chart. It is straight up and up and up and up. It hasn't given you a sale yet. On the 12-hour, bad news, folks. There hasn't been a sale signal yet. If you go down to the 4-hour, you have had no sale signals. It's all buys all the way up to the top. This is why we do what we do, okay? Look, for the first time in a while, it's coming back down to throwing it. It's been multiple hours since this happened again. But we're bouncing off the 8 right now at $3.21. It hit a high of $3.50. If we put a fib on this end down here on the 4-hour, which I don't like doing, it looks like it's still got some juice to go. We'll see. It may fail. And if it fails, well, that'd be the first time it ever did. So, you know, I'm cool with whatever. 324, 321. We'll see if it holds this 8 or not. If it doesn't, that's fine. We have a first signal. You get monthly rewards on XRS, not daily like you do Strong, or hourly like you do Strong nodes. SRX, you get paid once a month. You get a drop into your wallet. Okay? 750 of them. 750 of them at $3.25. I don't have to explain that math to you. 750 times 325 is pretty high. Okay? I know, down to 321. I know, right? Anything over $2 and I was going to be blown away. It's already 321. That's amazing to me. I'm going to take these these SRX rewards. I'm going to roll them over into strong nodes and I'm going to compound my compound gains. It's going to be awesome. And I even bought these StoreX nodes with strong node rewards. So this is a compound of a compound of a compound. That's inception. That's inception. Okay? So, you know, I'm doing Leonardo DiCaprio bullshit on here now. Okay? Inception. Where does this go from here? If it can fail here, so we're looking at $3. A nice psychological round number. I don't know if it gets there or not. Super tough call, and I don't like to do these low time frames. But I also feel like it's possible that this goes all the way up to $4 or $5. And let me show you what I mean. All right, so if I try to pull a channel on this, and I try to create a parallel channel, and I'll break out the parallel channel tool here. Parallel channel is in here. There it is. And I'll start to try to draw a little channel here. I'm going to try to get these points as accurate as I can. Drag that all the way back to the end. Not quite. There we go. Let's bring that top down right there. All right, so in this channel here, we can see that it double tapped the bottom, went up to the midline, hesitated at the midline, and went to the top of the channel. From the top of the channel, it's idled in the middle of the top, in the middle of the upper channel. How about that? So we could do is draw a trend line on the middle of the top. All of a sudden, you start to see some patterns here, don't you? So the price action has flirted with these lines the whole way up. Bounce, 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 up, bounce, bounce, bounce. It's on top. Let's see if it can hold this midline of the upper channel. That'd be pretty nice if it did. We don't have any guarantees. This is a low time frame and it's a new coin. This thing could take off in either direction. However, the top of this channel, gosh, I've got 425, 440, 470. That's all in the fours. As a matter of fact, the 1618 lines up with $4 even. Now, can that happen in the next 8 days? I sure the hell hope so, because I get my rewards in 8 days. And if so, I'm going to be super stoked, okay? Super stoked. So, hopefully. That's Storx. Y'all, if y'all got nodes, I'm so happy for everybody. This is life-changing money. This is life-changing money. I went over the numbers last stream, showed the calculators and how much money you could be making. Let's look at some coins now. You already saw Algorand get brought up. We talked about that formation that you saw in the Strong chat. That you saw in the Strong chart, where it was a triple top and a failure and then a triple bottom. Okay, I'm buying triple bottoms. Every time I see a triple bottom, I'm going to buy it. And if it fails, whatever. You had 2 over the 8 right here on August 7th. You haven't had 2 under the 8 or 21 since then. It's marched straight on up. It's attempting to break through the 200 moving average now. I took some profits on this. I took like 30%, and I moved it over into some other ones. I still have 70% in. Okay. Do I have all of it in there? No. Did I miss some? Yes. However, I've moved it over into other projects that are up about the same percent. So I'm okay. About the same as it was. However, those other charts, I'll show you now. Do you see how this chart has already broken the 50 moving average, the 100 moving average, and has hit the 200? Now, if we look at ICP, it's broken the 50. It has not hit the 100 yet, and the 200 doesn't even exist up here. Okay? All this price action is similar to this one, only it hasn't happened yet. Algorand's done this extra move right here that ICP has not done. If you need further explanation of that, 1 inch has the same exact look, only it hasn't hit the 200 moving average yet. We put these side by side, it starts to make a little bit more sense. Hide these pivots. Put algo over here, so we're just looking at algo all the time. There's the 200 in red being broken. Here's the 200 not even being hit yet. Cool, right? Here's band with the same exact look. 200 hasn't been hit yet. You'll see I got green lines on these because I've bought. XEM. You see it? I've got money in the USD one. Let's see. I wrote them on the USD chart, not the USDT. Yeah, there we go. So I've bought positions in this twice. I don't know why they're not on here. Whatever. But either way, 200 moving average is way up there. It hasn't been hit yet. ENQ. This is one of them that's over the 200 and has hit the top of it multiple times and is riding up. Beautiful. WTC. Hit the 200 one time and went all the way back down to the 100. Kind of like Algorand to the 200 and then back down. I'm liking this to do something similar. We have multiple occasions of this. Here's Aura that's on KuCoin. Down to the 100 moving average. The 8, the 21 is right there. What happened over here? Down to the 100 moving average. The 8 and the 21 is right there. And it popped up to the 200. And there's the 200 way up there. That is a 56% gain. 56%. Here's capacity BTC. Now, I don't have a capacity USD pair on TradingView, so I'm going to jump over to CoinTrader so you can see it. That's Ethereum, sorry. There we go. All right, now I'm going to pull up some moving averages for you here. What do we have? Same setup, okay? You got pinched, you broke the 50, you've broken the 100, and now it's heading toward the 200. And you have, from this point, 37% to the next stopping point. I've already got my take profit set. Give me my 37%, and I'm going to move on, okay? I'm going to move on. Absolutely, John Tejada. I look at the DXY chart all the time, dude. Let's go look at that real fast since you brought it up. We don't do the DXY chart many times on here because people don't understand. There's a correlation and then there's not a correlation. You know what I mean? That's the weird thing about the DXY. I actually had this falling off the cliff. They just announced an infrastructure plan. Everything kind of bumped over the MAs and it's kind of riding up now. So we'll see what happens. Tough call. My trend line's clearly broken. Okay? No matter how I try to move it here, that trend line is broken north. So let's pull a new fib on this and see what we can find. You see, I was charting this out really, really tightly. And everything I did marched along pretty well until this point. Okay? I was waiting on this to fail here and drop. It went all the way up here. Does it fall here? Well, let's find out. Let's erase all of this mess. Here we go. All right. This fell a long way really fast, and it's trying its best to rebound. I see at least a double bottom, right? We got at least a double bottom there. We've broken all the moving averages, and we're north. We got a right combination on our moving averages. 8, 21, 50, 100, 200. That's on the perfect order to move up farther. Okay? Let's pull a fib on this and see what our Fibonacci numbers look like. I'm going to jump to the weekly just to be a cleaner look here. Yeah, that's cleaner. All right, so according to this, we're clear to about this 382 line, which is $94 or 94 cents basically for $1. All right, you want 100. 100 is even with $1. Right now we're about 8 cents deflated per dollar. That sucks, doesn't it? Eugh, that sucks. So these averages are in line right here together. The 100's coming down. I assume this is going to come down to this $94 line right here and bounce. We'll see. All right. Been watching this kind of closely. It's got a decent formation and it's done this before a couple times and it's made a similar price action. It's failed, but it's made the same price action a few times. Okay. And we are way up from, post 9/11 and post COVID and stuff. So, look up here. Before 9/11 happened, we were at $1.20 per dollar. 20 cents inflated. That was due for a correction, wasn't it? Yeah, due for a correction. So, again, keep an eye on DXY. There's no super direct correlation between crypto and DXY. Only thing we've seen so far is sometimes crypto moves opposite. Okay, this depends. Sometimes it moves opposite. We're not sure of that. I think there's more factors than that into it. I don't think it's that simple. I think there's more to it than that. All right, let me look at some of these questions real quick. Ali is here. We can start. I'm going to write down some of these coins to look at. All right. Got you. That's what Q Diddy said. If dollar rockets, does crypto tank? Not necessarily. Doesn't exactly correlate like that. Okay, it's hard to say. Again, another thing, what he just said, Mullet just said, right? With the Fed printing money, all bets are off. We have to play these things one at a time. Okay, we have to play them one at a time. Stocks, some stocks are due for a correction already, okay? The SPX is sky high. All right, sky high. Yeah, right there. Moving averages haven't lined up since 2018, and it went up 10%. That's pretty good. Sorry, my nose is itching. All right. Okay, let's look at some of these coins. Let's start with Mithril. We don't have the full chart. Let's jump over here and get the full look of Mithril. I remember talking about Myth way back a year ago when it was way down here, and we were like, man, look how much percent that is to the top. Like, that'll never happen. That's just hopium. Let's not talk like that. That's hopium, Keith. I said, okay, you know what? You're right. Let's just taper our expectations a little bit. Well, here we are, and things are trying to rebound. Okay? From the top. I always do one from the top first to the bottom. An overall chart for an overall sentiment. Well, we bounced off the 618 and we're dead smack under the 50 fib. We need to break this 50 fib in the month of August, in my opinion, to signal more up. All right? We're under the 8 and the 21 when this needs to get going. If it can, I mean, the price of 88, 23, and 9 are feasible. Right now it's 6 cents. That's an insane return of investment. Do you understand? To 1618 would be 156,000%. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I need to see this chart get to moving, all right? It's already done a lot. I appreciate what it's done already. You know, from here to right where it's at, it's 2,300%. I'll take 2,300%, okay? That's awesome. That's awesome. Cat. All right. Let's see. Grocery store products are up 30%. Yeah, fuel's up again too. CQT, EOS. So, that pound of bacon is 10 ounces now. That's right. You know, a half gallon of ice cream isn't a half gallon anymore. Let's see. Bags of ice is a good point. Bags of ice used to be $1, then $2, then $3. You know what? They have these really cool things here. It's called a instant ice. It just sits in the middle of a parking lot and it dumps out ice in your cooler. It's really cool. Well, they don't have as much in the bag as they used to. The bags aren't as big as they used to be, but it's the same price. So you've reduced the supply. You've increased the demand and raised the price. Kind of like supply and demand works, isn't it? All right, so Mithril's the first one. On the daily, we're seeing a really nice formation here over top of the moving averages. Playing around with this 50 fib. I mean, just right smack on the 50 fib playing around. Couldn't ask for a better technical chart. I need to see this get up over 6 cents and stay there, okay? It kind of troubles me that it hasn't done it yet. If it can, that's excellent. Let's pull a fib on this move from the top to the bottom here, and let's narrow down our window. If I already have one big overall fib, let's do a smaller one. All right. So from the top here to the bottom, and I just pulled it over here out of the way so we can see clearer. The first thing I notice is we have bunches of MAs right here. There's 3 that line up right here, and there's also 3 right here. You got the small 886, the small 786, and the overall 618 all in the same place. And right here you have the 50, and the 382 all in the same place. Okay? Usually the 382 is a hit point on crypto, but it isn't a dead stop point. Okay? Here is at the 382 right now. Hasn't dead stopped yet. It's sitting right there at it. Flirting with this short 382. Can we get over this and get to this 50 fib? Man, that'd be awesome if we did. If this could get up here to this 50 fib and test it and bounce in this range, so much more bullish than being down here. That little bit of the chart movement makes a lot of difference, okay, from here to here. There's a lot of difference right there, okay? That's a big sentiment changer. We flip that. We flip these 2 levels right here and get up over 6.5 cents. to 7 cent, big deal, big deal. That's also going to clear these moving averages from each other. Okay, they're going to have these tits moves happening one at a time. If we can clear this and get past this 50, this opens up 13 cents, which blows through all these short-term fibs. That's a big deal, y'all. That's a big deal. That's a lot of percent. Let's look how much percent. One step at a time, not financial advice. That's 100%, 134% up to the 618. That's a lot of money for me, okay? I have a good position in Myth. So that's a lot of money to me. Let's see. One Harmony, I got you. One Harmony. Fetch. Alpha. Ooh, sorry, I yawned. All right. That was Mithril. Let's jump over to XLM. Not much data there. Oh, that's weekly. Never mind. That's weekly. That's probably all the data I need. That's good enough for me. We already know the big fib. We've already looked at it a bunch. I'll just do the small one over here. This is the latest week. I just showed you that Mithril had not got up to this 50 level yet. It was at the 382. Well, XLM has already hit it, and it's failing it right now. We need this price to flip 39 cents and stay over it, 40 cents basically. It needs to stay over 40 cents. We get over 40 cents, it's a big sentiment changer from this point to this point. Doesn't look like much on the chart, but that's a big deal. We flip that continuation fib to the top. Well, that means we can move up more. If we can move up more, people are going to buy. And then you're going to see these indicators start to turn bullish, like it isn't right yet. It hasn't quite crossed yet. It could, but it hasn't yet. That's a big deal, okay? We still have some days left in this week. We still have some weeks left in this month. So one step at a time. Daily is doing a similar move to Algorand. Remember a second ago when I showed you Algorand, how it had bounced off this trap of stuff up to the 200? Well, look what XLM's doing. The same thing. Bounced off this trap. It's going up toward the 200 again. I like it. This is giving us a chance here. Break this 50 fib. That's a big game changer, okay? Big game changer. He said, you got me hooked on Smirnoff Red, White, and Blues. They're not bad. They're okay. The Budweisers are better. The cranberry or whatever, the cherry limeade. Those are pretty good. I got whiskey tonight. I got my whiskey in my glass right here. So, what's up, Quinny Jen? All right, so let's go on to the next one here. We got 10 minutes to go. Audio coin. And man, 43 people are watching, 38 likes. That's awesome. That's awesome. Almost everybody liked the videos come in. That's dope. I don't care how many people watch. It's not about the money to me. I'm trying to help people learn. I'm trying to help people be more educated and make better business decisions with their money. Don't just buy. At some point, you've got to sell, and here's where you learn how, right here. All right, audio sprinted to Sniper's Alley. Sprinted, but didn't break it yet. All right, Sniper's Alley, 786 to 886. It has not broken it yet. All the indicators got super high real fast, didn't it? This looks like it's going to fade to me. It needs to breathe. It went too fast, too quick. Look at the weekly. Something similar on the weekly. Showing overbought right now on the RSI. But the MACD's just starting, so this may smooth out and keep moving. The MACD just turned bullish. Look at that. That MACD just now started going. Okay, so audio may have good long-term run here. I think short-term it may fade a little. It's still not a sell. Dusk. Goodness, look at all this shit I got wrote on here. So now y'all realize that I do this all the time, and I write down what I'm doing on these charts. I suggest you do the same. Draw on your charts. If it gets messy, you can erase it, but it helps you remember stuff if you draw on them. All right, so Dusk broke all-time high and then failed miserably. And it fell back to the August 20th support area that we've seen a bunch of other ones fail to, which is good because we also seen a bunch of them bounce off August 20 and move up higher. Dusk has a chance to do that here. I made a good bit of money off of Dusk on this run up. The daily is short of the 200 moving average, up to 20 cents it looks like, is the 886, 786 Sniper's Alley right here. If we pull the fib on this shorter part, like we did on the others, bottom to top, I'm sorry, from top to bottom, and I'm going to pull it over here out of the way where it's easier to see. We see that the 50 fib lines up with the 886, so I'm going to bet you that goes to this 20 cent mark. I can almost, with some extreme accuracy, bet that goes to the 20 cent mark, Dusk, which is another 25%. That's pretty good. From there, it's a tough call. We could do what we did with Algorand and push up farther toward 24 cents, or it could steady out. First things first, let's hit 20 cents on Dusk. ESS, Essentia. Same look on Essentia as Dusk. It's almost the exact same chart. Yep, the 50 fib is way up here, though, instead of being under the 200. So I think this one's going to break the 200 eventually and go to 006. All right? That would be my call on Essentia. It may take a bit to get there. It may sprint. It's a very low cap coin. I have some of this. It could move very rapidly. CQT. Oh, I'm sorry, I put CQY. By the way, I'm a baseball coach now. That happened tonight. Not sure how I feel about that. Not because I don't love baseball and I don't love my kids. But damn, I don't think they're ready. I don't think them parents are ready for me. I'm a little bit too much. I'm a little bit too reality, in my opinion. Oh, Lord. CQT doesn't have much of a chart. But it did look like a buy. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, not much of a chart. And she's off to the races. All right, we already bumped take profit right at 1618. Why do I keep saying this works? Because look at there, right at 1618. Smack the profit lines. We bounce down to support. We'll come back up here. We pull a new fib because this one's already been hit. A shorter one. Let's go down to daily. That already is daily. Oh, goodness. This is the daily chart already. Gosh. All right, we're breaking 618 now. If we can hold this, we're looking at $1.80 or $1.90. Can it break all-time high again? Tough call. MACD's already high. The RSI is already high. This may be due for a correction if it does one more move up here to $1.95, $2, something like that. If it can't break $2, she's going to come back down. It's all overbought. So be careful on this one. EOS. I already had that one ready. Very nice look for EOS right here. Broke the 200 and is sitting on top of it. There's a big fib line right here. Right? That's the big overall 50 fib, which means we need to get over this and flip it to continue up. We haven't done that yet. We want to see it happen. Okay? Let's let it breathe a bit and do its thing. It did retrace some and pull back. MACD is still bullish. RSI doesn't look so great. Let's see what happens. It's over the 200. I like that. Oh, yeah. Bad news bears is for sure, Thurman. Oh, bro, I'm going to teach them simple fundamentals. That's what we're going to work on next practice, dude. These kids don't know how to lead off. They don't know how to slide. They don't know how to keep their head still when they swing. They don't know how to snatch and throw. They don't know how to read the ball in the air. They know how to swing. They know how to throw. They don't know which place to throw. So there's so many fundamentals they got to learn here. We got to teach them fundamentals. That's got to be done. It's not about baseball. It's about learning the right mentality. So you could tell these parents don't try. They don't practice with their kids like they used to, man. My kids have all kind of baseball equipment here to practice with. There's no excuse. Let's do what he just asked and do REQ. Daily. All right, he says, anyone know why REC pumped 81% in the last 24 hours? What the hell? Well, let's see if there's an answer for that. Let's go to the monthly first, get an overall. All right. Let's do fib retracement. Down to the bottom. All right, looky there. My goodness. Oh, so you got a classic cup and a handle right here. Beautiful cup and handle formation. Here's your cup. Here's your handle, and here's your move. This is what we talk about seeing all the time, a cup and a handle. Cup and a handles love to play out on monthly time frames. Why? Because it's a big overall chart. I scream high time frames. Monthly, weekly, look at them, learn them, watch them, study them. Here you're seeing it happen again. Now that we've got our overall pulled on the monthly, let's go down to the weekly. Working down. Still about the same here. You're right under 786. Right here, Sniper's Alley. What do we need to do? We need to break Sniper's Alley. Someone show me the bullish news on REQ. Please. What's the bullish news on REQ? Did someone tweet something? Did they partner with something? No, they didn't. But it went this far, this fast. If you're absolute about your method, show me your data, and we can put it on the chart. But if you're not absolute about it, this is what happens, okay? Then you have times that pop up like this with no answer. Okay, what's up, Drizzy? I need an answer. You can't give me incomplete data and then tell me you know it's right. Okay, you can't. All right, so we see this move right here. Let's measure this because I'm thinking this is going a little bit more maybe. I'll pull it over here where we can see it a little bit more clearly. So we've got take profit lines at 1618. We got one right here, 1414. So we've got intersecting lines right here, 1414 on the short one, and the big time 786 are dead even with each other. See that? They overlap. This price is going to stall out right here or right here. Everything is overbought. Everything's shooting up. This got to take a breather, okay? It looks like you had a buy yesterday. This is one of these ones that moves so rapidly that you didn't get the best possible position. However, this was a buy at closing. Man, you'd be up 57% right now if you bought this big green candle. It's crazy, right? That's crazy, isn't it? That's just the way it works. And I hate to break it to you, but I've changed my life by reading charts, not the news. And what do I mean by that? I went from barely making money and scraping by to reading charts and getting exponential gains. Okay? I started this crypto journey with 25 bucks, then I put in 800, then I put in 6,000. That's it, folks. I haven't put in any more money. Okay? I'm not going to tell you how much money I have because it's not cool to flex, but I'm doing really well, okay? I do have a new place that I'm in. I'm at this new computer desk here, okay, with this new setup. I have a new microphone coming for the stream next week, okay? I have a new sweet condenser microphone coming. I may not be working much longer, okay? Things are going really well, and it doesn't come from watching the news. It comes from reading the charts. It's 12 o'clock. I'm going to stop here. Thank y'all, everybody, for showing up. I know y'all are tired and I got to work and stuff, and I know it's late, and I appreciate everybody showing up. I really, really mean it. The more people who come here, the more good we can do. Thank you, everybody. I'll see y'all next time on Tuesday. We'll go through more shit. We got a whole nother 5 days after today to see what happens.